Hi, I'm Bobby Flay. Today's main ingredient, one-pot meals. Put away all your different pots and pans. We're using one pot to cook all your ingredients, all your flavors, and best of all, there's only one pot to clean. We're making rich, hearty meals, and they're all in one pot, only on the main ingredient. Welcome to the main ingredient. Today we're cooking meals all in one pot. You've heard restaurant dishes described as cooked in one pot. Now you can do it too. We're gonna make braised, savory veal shanks, as the Italians say, ossobuco, and it's gonna be garnished with gremolata. We'll get to that later. We're also making chicken cacciatore, sauteed and simmered with vegetables and an earthy red wine, and a one-pot favorite, a vegetable stew with one of my favorite flares, Southwestern. So let's get started on our first meal. We're making one-pot ossobuco. Let's go to the refrigerator and let's get the veal. These are veal shanks and lamb shanks. Shanks of all kinds are becoming very popular in restaurants. You'll see them on menus everywhere, even in my restaurants. But ossobuco is actually it's the calf of the calf. Hey, that's pretty good. I didn't plan that, I promise. And the meat is really tender, but it has to be cooked for a long time, so we're gonna braise it. So the first thing we need to do is take some seasoned flour. And by seasoned flour, I mean some all-purpose flour with some salt and some pepper, and we're gonna season the veal as well, okay? This is a very dense piece of meat, so you make sure that you season it well enough. You don't want it to be bland. We're gonna get some flavor going here, okay? So we'll take the veal shank and just put it right in the flour, okay, on both sides. And what's gonna happen is this is gonna help form a crust. Take a pot, make sure the pot is very hot, put a little olive oil, and just a touch of butter. I want it to be nice and brown, okay? And ossobuco means, if you look at this one, ossobuco means hole in the bone. And right here, inside the bone is the marrow, which is also a delicacy as well. But you don't have to eat that if you don't want to. So now we'll take the veal shank and put it right in the hot pot, in the one pot. Okay, we're gonna let this sear for a little while. Now we need some vegetables. You're gonna sear this, you're gonna make a nice crust on the outside before we start to braise it. Make some room here. Okay, we need some vegetables. We have your basic onions, celery, and carrots. We're gonna make a mirepoix. And to do that, we're just gonna chop them up very finely. Everybody knows how to chop an onion, right? Just kind of go one way like this, nice and fine. Make sure you use sharp knives. Dull knives are more dangerous than sharp knives. And just kind of make slits like this all the way across. And just slice right down. And you have diced onions. And make sure you always look down at the onion while you're cutting it, because you don't want to get hurt. Okay, that's enough of those. And then we have some celery. You know, the same thing, you just want to dice the celery up. You want to keep them rather uniform. All right, we'll just dice these up as well. And celery is a really strong flavor. I think some people don't realize how strong celery is. So you don't want to put too much celery in, but just enough to give it that celery flavor. Okay? So we have the onions, the celery, and then we have some carrots. Now here's a great way to cut carrots. First you have to peel them, obviously, and then just make a very thin cut like this so you can stand it up. Okay? Then we're going to make a cut like this on both sides. And what you're going to do is sort of square the carrot. And you can use the scraps for stocks or for soups and stuff like that. And now we're just going to make diced carrots. Okay? Same size as the onions and the celery. And you can do all this while the veal is crusting away. All right? At this point, now that we have all of our vegetables cut, we're going to turn over the veal. Actually, we're going to take it out at this point. Just reserve it on another plate. And just leave the same oil in the pan, and we'll take the vegetables, and we'll start to cook the vegetables. Okay, the onions, the celery. And if the vegetables get a little brown, that's okay, because we're gonna make a really hearty sauce. I need a wooden spoon. I know there's one in here somewhere. We'll use a metal spoon. Metal or wood, doesn't matter. Start to stir the vegetables around. Okay, we're gonna add some garlic. okay? No osso buco would be complete without garlic, obviously. Get all that fresh minced garlic in there. We're cooking. And we need some tomatoes, some fresh tomatoes, just chopped up. You can leave the seeds in, you can take the seeds out. It's up to you. You know, this is really hearty cooking, it's okay. It doesn't have to be, you know, totally perfect like that. And let's see, what else do we need? Let's put the veal back in, okay? After you cook the vegetables for about 5 minutes. Okay, you can see this is gonna start to be like the base and the flavors of the sauce. We're gonna add some chicken stock or chicken broth. Okay, and you wanna add the liquid about halfway up the veal shank, okay? And this is gonna start to help it braise. Then we're gonna add some white wine, or you can use red wine, it's up to you. A little white wine, get some flavor of the grape in there, and the alcohol will cook out as it starts to braise. And you know, this is one pot, no cleanup. It all happens in one dish, all the flavors melt together. You know, the veal helps the sauce, you know, give it all that great flavor. We're gonna cover it up now. Let's go over to the oven. All right, you wanna cook this for about at least 2 hours, okay? At least 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours, 350 degrees. We'll take this one out. Let me grab another towel. Don't get hurt when you're making osso buco. Okay, take this one out. Okay, this is what it looks like, okay? About 2.5 hours later, we'll take this one out. And we're not quite done yet because we need to let the sauce start to thicken. Okay, but now the meat is cooked. You see how it's sort of like coming right off the bone? Looks delicious. Okay, so we'll put the heat on this. We're gonna let this start to thicken. And now we're gonna make our gremolata. Okay, don't be intimidated by the name. Sounds fancy, but it's really easy, and it's a great garnish, and it goes really well with the veal shanks. Very simple. Some orange zest, some lemon zest, some fresh garlic, and some parsley, all chopped very finely. The citrus flavors are gonna go really well with the wine and the tomatoes and the veal flavor. You just kind of mix this up, and you obviously can do this a little bit ahead of time. If it's a little dry, you can add just like a touch of olive oil. It's almost like a citrus relish. All right, and we're rolling here. And when we come back, cacciatore chicken with mushrooms, onions, and tomatoes all cooked together. You guessed it, it's gonna be in one pot. And later, it's the perfect one-pot side dish when the main ingredient continues.
We're Thrive Cosmetics. We create high-performance, cruelty-free, 100% vegan formulas. And we love that you love our products, like our award-winning Liquid Lash Extensions Mascara. Plus, with every product you purchase, we donate to help a woman thrive. Join our movement today at thrivecosmetics.com.
At Finger Hut, we don't define you by your credit score. We celebrate you being you. So we offer low monthly payments on the stuff you need, things you love, and brands you trust. As you build your credit history with a Finger Hut credit account. If you're looking for the latest electronics, kitchen essentials, clothes, toys, and more, you'll find it all at Finger Hut. You do you, and we'll help build your credit at fingerhut.com.
Finger Hut credit accounts are issued by WebBank, member FDIC.
Struggling with depression or anxiety? Get help fast with Lemonade Health. Be seen by caring medical staff who can prescribe medication if needed, so you can feel better quickly. Visit us at lemonadehealth.com today.
Regardless of where you are on your path to retirement, you can still take charge of your financial future today. Visit aceyourretirement.org and answer a few questions from Avo, your friendly digital retirement coach, for free tips, resources, and advice customized for your situation to help you feel confident and prepared for retirement. Retirement looks different for everyone. Make sure you're prepared for your financial future at aceyourretirement.org.
This is Pretty Litter, the world's smartest cat litter. Its ultralight, super absorbent formula traps odors, and its crystals change colors to help you monitor your cat's health. Plus, Pretty Litter offers free delivery. Order today at prettylitter.com.
Things could be stranger, but I don't know how. I'm going through changes, through all of the strangeness. I'm going through changes now.
I had 4 brothers growing up, which is how I got my name. They all called me Little Sister, and then it switched over to Sissy, and I have not been able to shake it. I started riding when I was 6. Nobody in my family had ever been around horses. It was just like innate. I knew at that point that I was going to ride the rest of my life. I first saw polo when I was growing up in South Carolina. It was a phenomenal thing to watch, but I didn't see any women playing it, so I didn't think it was something that I would ever do. Then as I got older, I took lessons and actually started playing at the ripe old age of 28. At that time, there weren't many women in the United States that played polo. Men would see me come out and they just laugh at you, like, it's a woman. I've had to prove myself over and over again to show that I could hold my own on the team. It became a passport to the world. I was able to travel representing the United States to places that otherwise I never would have been able to go to. I don't want to be thought of as a woman playing a man's sport. I'm just a person out there wanting to compete equally with players of equal talent.
Hi, welcome back to the main ingredient on Lifetime Television. Today we're using one pot to cook complete and delicious meals. A dish straight from Milan, osso buco, our chicken cacciatore, and a hearty vegetable stew with my favorite southwestern flavor. So let's finish up our veal osso buco and get started on our one-pot chicken dish. First we're gonna, first we'll address the osso buco. We have some sauce, okay, that we cooked. It's all in one pot. The veal has been resting. And we're just gonna moisten the veal with the sauce. We have all these great flavors, the tomatoes, the wine, the stock, all the great vegetables. It's awesome. You don't need too much. You just want a little bit to sort of garnish it, okay? Then we're gonna take our gremolata, right? It has the citrus, has the lemon, the orange zest, some fresh garlic, some fresh parsley. You don't need a lot. You just need a little bit. It's very strong. A little bit goes a long way, okay? It looks beautiful, too. It's gorgeous. Then we'll take some fresh parsley leaves, which always makes everything look beautiful. Some greenery, why not? And there's our veal osso buco. Okay, now we can start our chicken cacciatore. First thing we need is some chicken. Chicken parts, okay? We have the thigh, the leg, the breast. We're gonna leave the skin on and the bone in. Very important, we need to season it with salt and pepper on both sides, okay? Fresh cracked pepper, turn it over. Make sure you get a pan. We're using an enamel-coated cast iron pan, very heavy pan. This is great to do things like one-pot meals, braising, long periods of time. Nice and heavy, keeps the heat nice and even. Season the other side with salt and pepper. Okay? And really, you don't need any oil in here because the fat from the chicken, the skin from the chicken, is going to create its own oil or juices or fat. So you can cook right in. It's fine. Okay, let's get that out of the way. All right. Now, we're making chicken cacciatore, which means hunter-style chicken. We have some great ingredients. We have cremini mushrooms, which if you've had the portobello mushrooms, this is just a baby portobello mushroom, so you know it's got that really great meaty flavor. We'll just chop these up. Love cremini mushrooms, they're delicious. You can substitute things like shiitake mushrooms, or you can use domestic, button mushrooms as well, it's okay. Or if you can find things like chanterelles, those are really cool too. When they're in season, why not use them? Any kind of good, wild, cultivated mushrooms are terrific. At this point, we're gonna take our chicken out. You wanna cook it on all sides, you wanna get it nice and brown, you wanna sear in the juices, let it cook for about, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes on each side, but this is not gonna be cooked all the way through, okay? Just gonna sear the outside and keep the juices in. Let's take this out. Okay, now we have all this really good stuff on the bottom of the pan. We'll start cooking. We'll put the mushrooms in. We have some carrots and some celery. You need some good vegetables. The carrots will add really nice natural sweetness. We have some red onions. Okay, what else do we have here? We have some garlic. We'll just take a couple of garlic cloves and just crush them. Just take the back of your knife, crush it down, give it a couple of rough chops. Toss your garlic right in there. Then we have some nice earthy, hearty red wine. See if I can do this over my shoulder. No, that's salt. Okay, and let's see what else we have. We need tomatoes. Tomatoes is really going to be the base of the sauce, so we'll throw some crushed tomatoes in there. Let's get it all in there, why not? And I like a little heat. If you don't want it to be too spicy, that's okay, but I'm gonna put some crushed red peppers, or you can put some crushed chili peppers in there, it's up to you. Now we're just gonna mix this up with a wooden spoon. Mix it all around. At this point, we're gonna take our chicken and put the chicken back in the pot, all right? And this is gonna start it to braise, okay? And the chicken is gonna pick up all the flavors from the sauce, and all these juices and all these vegetables are gonna make its own sauce. You wanna cover this up. You're gonna cook this right on top of the stove as opposed to in the oven. You could cook it in the oven, but we're only gonna simmer this for about 15 to 20 minutes, you know, on sort of medium heat. The sauce is gonna thicken in our one-pot chicken, and next up, we're gonna taste fresh from the garden, a great vegetable stew. Corn, zucchini, black beans, tomatoes, and more, and it's all cooked in one pot when the main ingredient continues right here on Lifetime Television.
Make love, not war. That's my motto. I told my personal capital advisor that too. Now I have a personalized, socially responsible investing portfolio.
It's time to get a plan. Download our free financial tools today. Go to personalcapital.com.
I was born to be the next big thing. No telling where I'm going, but I'll show you what I mean. Like, na 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 na. They see me moving, but they're never gonna catch me.
Looks like we could get you in on the 30th of next month.
Nothing sooner, even just for birth control?
Even just for birth control.
Tell her about Nurex. She can get her prescription online from a licensed medical provider like me.
And I can do it right now?
That's the best part. With the Nurex app, you can access birth control anytime, no appointment required.
And your medication arrives at your door with free shipping. That's the best part.
Okay, how can every part be the best part?
Well, that's the best part.
Go to Nurex.com to get started.
Every new day offers opportunities to connect, chances to motivate and inspire, moments to express well-deserved thank yous and congratulations. With products that bring smiles, celebration, and long-lasting impressions, there's certainty in that. 4imprint gives you that certainty with the right promotional products and a caring, trusted team dedicated to your success. Creating meaningful connections starts at 4imprint.com. 4imprint, for certain.
Nothing's in the bottle, all right? What do you...
3? I feel like I'm flailing.
What do you want me to do?
I feel like everyone is leaning on me to do everything, Mom.
Maybe it's time you talk with someone.
Thanks for seeing me.
I'm glad you scheduled some time. How can I help?
Well,
Teledoc, the right care when you need it most.
Introducing My Photo acrylic blocks. Now you can turn photos on your phone into amazing acrylic works of art. Starting at just $12, they're fun to collect and perfect to gift. Visit myphoto.com to receive 50% off your second item. That's myphoto.com. Order today.
There's never been a hotter time to sell your home. But when it comes time to get the best value, where do you start? That's where HomeLight comes in. HomeLight is the essential real estate platform used by countless sellers every year. HomeLight is here to help you at every step of your real estate journey, learning how to sell your home, finding a top listing agent, and ensuring a simple and certain closing. And best of all, HomeLight is completely free to use. Learn more today at HomeLight.com.
We are an outdoor furniture brand on a mission to get people outside, and we're doing that by creating the perfect outdoor sofa that is the most comfortable, the most durable, and the most innovative sofa out on the market today.
Get $100 off only at liveouter.com.
Welcome back to the main ingredient. We're at Lifetime Television. We're cooking in one pot. Our flavors combined for the veal ossobuco, vegetable stew, and a great side dish. We're gonna make polenta. Let's finish our chicken cacciatore, and then we'll get started on our vegetable stew. Okay, the cacciatore is stewing away. We'll take the chicken right out. Have a nice, beautiful mustard-colored dish here. Okay, just put the chicken out. This is a great hearty meal, especially for this time of the year. It's awesome. Okay, you want to take a little bit of the sauce with it. And then, of course, at the end, get some of those mushrooms and the tomatoes. At the end, you want to use your fresh herbs. We have some fresh parsley. We have some fresh rosemary. Not too much. Rosemary is really strong, but makes great garnish. And, of course, we have some fresh thyme, all those sort of cold winter herbs. All right, it's great. Okay, now let's go to the vegetable stew. Whatever, you know, your favorite vegetables. I have... let's see, we have some zucchini, we have some peppers, We have some garlic, corn, black beans. I mean, it's just endless. It's whatever kind of vegetables you like the best. The most important thing is to really cut them in sort of in uniform. You want them to be almost around the same size. Again, we have this is a one-pot dish. We have a heavy, cast iron pan with a little enamel coating. We're going to take a little bit of olive oil, okay? Let the olive oil start to get hot. We'll start chopping some of our vegetables. Let me show you a way to take the flesh right off the peppers. Nice and easy. You just keep going all the way around, all right, and just dice it up. You can leave the skin on, no problem. Give it a quick dice. Whoa. Stay with me. All right. Okay, and we have red peppers, yellow peppers. You can even find like purple and orange peppers in the store now. They're a little bit more expensive, but really cool colors. All right. So let's start cooking these vegetables. We'll start with some of the peppers. We'll take some of the yellow peppers. We'll take some of the red peppers, the red bell peppers. Now these are sweet peppers. They're not spicy. You can always add spicy, fresh chilies like poblano peppers or jalapenos. They go really well in this. We'll start sauteing the peppers. Just kind of add one after the other and let all the flavors start to meld. We have a zucchini here, all chopped up. You can use, other kinds of squash, yellow squash, butternut squash. Zucchini is nice green, sort of pale green color. Get that in there as well. We have some fresh tomatoes. Get some fresh tomatoes in there. Take some salt and pepper. Stir it up. Actually, we should add a little fresh garlic. Garlic makes everything taste good. Give it a stir. You want to let this cook. You don't want to overcook the vegetables too much. We're going to add a couple of other seasonings. Let's go over to the pantry. We have some ground cumin. Cumin is that spice, sort of that Mexican spice that you taste in Mexican food. And then we have some chili powder. This is ancho chili powder. It's going to add great flavors. Let's go back over to our vegetables and add the cumin. Just a little bit of cumin. Again, it's a really strong flavor. Let's toss some onions in there. Almost forgot those onions. Some chili powder. Now, this isn't hot chili powder. This is very mild. Sort of has like a fruity flavor to it. It's awesome. I'm going to add a little hot pepper. Let's get it going. Stir them up. Okay, like what I was saying was you don't want to overcook the vegetables too much. You want the vegetables to have a little crunch to them. This is definitely a stew, but you want them to have a good foundation. Cook them for about, about 10 minutes. And this is what it looks like. And at this point, we're going to add a couple more things. We're going to add some fresh corn right off the cob. If you can't find fresh corn, you can always use, I would say frozen better than canned, but whatever you can find is okay. Some fresh corn and some black beans. These are canned black beans. We're just going to drain out the liquid a little bit. We're going to add the black beans right in there, okay? And then we're going to add a little bit of stock. You can use vegetable stock. You want to use vegetable stock instead of chicken stock because this is a vegetarian dish. Just for a little moisture. Now the vegetables are going to make their own juices, so you don't really need a lot of it. Okay, let's stir it around. All right. Now at this point, you want to let that cook for about 5 more minutes. The black beans are already cooked and the corn only needs a little bit of cooking. We're going to add some fresh oregano and some chopped parsley. Just going to give it a quick chop. Stir the fresh herbs in there. Remember, always put the herbs in at the last minute. See how beautiful this looks? Now we can start plating the vegetable stew. Let this, stand for about 15 minutes. It's almost like a vegetable chili, right? It's got all those great flavors. All right. And we can add a couple more garnishes really quickly. Maybe some sour cream, some Monterey Jack or white cheddar cheese, and some scallions. And there you go. And when we come back, it's not potatoes and it's not pasta. It's polenta, an herbal side dish cooked in one pot when the main ingredient continues.
You can get anything instantly with an app, even toilet paper. But what about someone to fix your toilet? Thumbtack's the app that finds you people fast. See prices, reviews, and chat with local pros right in the app. Download Thumbtack today.
Finding local pros takes forever. Thumbtack fixed that. It's the app that finds people faster. We show you local pros in your neighborhood and price range, ready to help with pretty much anything. Download Thumbtack today.
Only 9% of plastic is recycled, no matter how much we put in our recycling bins. And up to 24 billion pounds of it enters the ocean every year. Groveco plastic-free household cleaners are designed to keep your home clean and solve the single-use plastic problem. Sustainably powerful for a healthy home and planet. Choose your free starter set today.
At Finger Hut, we don't define you by your credit score. We celebrate you being you. So we offer low monthly payments on the stuff you need, things you love, and brands you trust. As you build your credit history with a Finger Hut credit account. If you're looking for the latest electronics, kitchen essentials, clothes, toys, and more, you'll find it all at Finger Hut. You do you, and we'll help build your credit at fingerhut.com.
Finger Hut credit accounts are issued by WebBank, member FDIC.
We're Thrive Cosmetics. We create high-performance, cruelty-free, 100% vegan formulas. And we love that you love our products, like our award-winning Liquid Lash Extensions Mascara. Plus, with every product you purchase, we donate to help a woman thrive. Join our movement today at thrivecosmetics.com.
If you feel alone with depression or anxiety, get help at lemonadehealth.com. Get personalized treatment from our medical staff, plus the medication you need right at home. Visit us at lemonadehealth.com today.
Well, I remember stories my mother always told me about me not being able to walk, and she took me to a doctor. And she kind of knew that I had some retardation at the time, and they just told her, well, when you get old enough, this kid's going to have to be institutionalized. A teacher in 2nd grade put me in the coat closet because I wasn't on pace with everybody else. She said, get up, dummy, and go to the closet right now. If somebody looked at me wrong, well, I was ready. I always had my guards up. And then I found out I could run. I started running at the age of 12. My brother Hank would take me out. I'd run 12 laps around the track, run, stop, walk, run, stop, walk, until I had 12 laps mastered. 34 years later, I'm still running. I found my place. I ran 26 marathons. I ran 5,000 meters in 17 minutes. Probably had over 500 trophies alone, and I gave them all away. I have 20 trophies around, and most of them are my Special Olympic stuff. That's what I cherish the most. It's not how much you have. It's what you have and how you use it.
Here's a tip for the perfect side dish to any meal: polenta instead of potatoes. Okay, a lot of people want to know what polenta is. Well, it's just simply, it's cornmeal cooked in some kind of liquid like stock or water. And you can buy instant polenta. You can find it in the section of your supermarket where they sell grains and cornmeal. We're just going to add it to some simmering stock, pour it in there, and just keep whisking it up. And the instant one cooks up really quickly. Just thickens up really fast. You can see how quickly it thickens up. If you buy regular cornmeal, no problem. You just have to cook it a little bit longer. We're going to add a little salt and pepper, some fresh herbs. You can add cheese to this if you want. We got some parsley. We got some fresh thyme. We have some fresh basil. Mix it all around. And this is a great accompaniment to any of our one-pot meals. Look at this. Awesome. Look how fast that was. Okay. Now, let's go over here to our one pot. We've cooked each of our meals in one pot. It's great. It's easy cleanup. Lots of great flavors. We have our veal ossobuco with gremolata, our chicken cacciatore, the hunter style. We have our hearty vegetable stew. And our one side dish, herbal polenta. Good luck with your one-pot meals. I'm Bobby Flay, and I'll see you next time. Remember, keep cooking with the main ingredient. Bye-bye.